Hi, my name is Kalyani and I'm here to help you actually learn some new things, but more importantly, to unlearn things you require to unlearn. I was somebody who struggled with a lot of negative beliefs since probably I was 5 or 6 years old. I never felt like I fit in the environment that I was born into or being raised into. I didn't understand the rules and I was so harsh with myself that I was not fitting in. I tried to actually learn and unlearn a lot of things which ended up making me a miserable human being. I tried to be happy, but the world, whatever the world told me would make me happy, actually made me feel really empty and consequently sad. So it was a journey for me to actually come to an understanding that probably I am walking on the street I should not be walking on to. So it is the time to hit reverse gear. That's what I did recently, and it's not been easy. In fact, it's been the most terrifying place to be in my life because literally hundreds of people, hundreds of voices around you will tell you that you're doing the wrong thing. And although you have an inner voice which tells you that, yeah, I'm doing the right thing, don't worry, I got this, I finally have an understanding of what I want to do. But if you have 100 louder voices telling you that, excuse me, have you thought about what you're talking about because you're absolutely wrong according to us, you will entertain doubt at some point, which I did, which obviously I'm still doing. But more importantly, I'm realizing that it's a journey. It's not going to be like an overnight transformation. So like, I'm not going to say that it's not possible for people. Of course, it is possible for people. There are people who have transformed their lives literally within fraction of second, within few hours, probably overnight, like they say. But it's not for me. I'm one of the regular people who probably require more time. So rather than fussing over why it's taking so much time, I'm gonna give myself the time that I require and finally create a permanent solution for all of these things, so that I don't wish to get ever stuck into this loop which makes you reach literally nowhere. You keep coming back to the same point and you keep living the same exact life that you hate over and over again and again for years, which I have struggled a lot with in the last, I would say, 10 years. So the first thing that I can just talk about on this channel today would be um, the law of assumption. Okay, so initially I was like a very, so my parents are scientists, and it was very difficult for me to believe in all these things. Yeah, I always thought they are voodoo. They are unsubstantiated, unscientific, obviously. And whatever's not proven by science or whatever can't be proven by science, I always considered it as superstition. So for a long period, I was like, what's wrong with these folks? What's wrong with them literally? Because this, which scientific law has proven this? Literally, this is absolute horseshit. That's what I thought. But more and more I started living the life and it became a loop eventually. I realized that, excuse me, I'm doing the exact same thing. The problem is that I'm doing it unconsciously, that's why I don't understand it. If someone else is doing it consciously, making a conscious effort, I think it's superstition. So basically, I call my bullshit and I started to learn the law. I started to study it like I would study anything else. And lucky for us, we have YouTube. So we can listen to a lot of insightful videos, conversations, podcasts world over. So there are no restrictions at all. So I literally studied a lot of coaches, a lot of lectures, a lot of books also. Not so much books because attention span of a goldfish, but a lot of podcasts for sure. And I realized that even though they are speaking in different languages, they're giving different examples, they're giving different stories to substantiate their claims, but actually eventually they are all talking the same thing. And that is a simple principle. If you sow apple seeds, you will get only apple trees, right? You can't grow mangoes with sowing seeds of carrots. So if you really want apples or mangoes, you need to see what you're sowing. And in this case, what you're talking about is our brain, our mind, our subconscious mind specifically. That's where all the reality actually uh, gets us live. Subconscious mind births your reality. What you currently see in 3D reality is something which is an impact of your past thoughts. The past thoughts that you sowed into your brain, now they are becoming these trees that you're living around. And you don't need to necessarily cut down these trees. Simple as you stop providing them with the nutrition that they need. That means repeated thoughts that they need. You simply wanna provide the same nutrition, the water, the sunlight, the attention, the care, the whatever fertilizer, etc., to the seeds that you want to turn into the forest around you, the jungle around you, the garden around you for that matter. So it's as simple as that. If you've been telling yourself you're a hopeless human being, you have no future, you're not good enough at all, of course you are going to resist the opportunities that come your way. You will say no to the proposals that come your way. You will always try to fixate yourself on something you can't ever achieve, because that actually substantiates your claim that you're not good enough. Okay, so if I have a belief system that I totally suck at being professional in office, in corporate job, I am totally not created for a company 9 to 5 job. I can't deal with like, these team members. I hate company politics. I hate working for these exploitative companies who will never give me increment. I have to work twice as hard to get half of what the world receives on their platter. All these thoughts that you're entertaining for all these years and all these days, of course you're not gonna get a job that will tell you that, hey, this is your salary which is exactly commensurate to your effort, and you will have the healthiest work environment. And of course you don't like 9 to 5, right? So have flexi time. In fact, you can work from home. We are not concerned about how you work. We are not going to count each and every time minute that you spend with us. We are going to actually measure your performance based on the deliverable. And of course you're so good at your job, so obviously you'll get premium pay, right? No one's going to say that to you if you're entertained for all these days, uh, all these negative thoughts that you, by the way, think is the reality. Okay, you know, my sister used to always say you're delusional. Like whenever I used to tell myself these things, I'm not delusional. I am just thinking the right thoughts. And in fact, when I say that, probably I'm wrong. When I say that I'm not good enough or I'm good enough, it's not my truth. My truth is that I really don't wish to work in a 9 to 5 job where other people will decide the structure that I need to work in. So, why am I even entertaining that thought? So, at this stage, what we need to do, guys, is we need to deliberately think, change, flip the thoughts that we have about these things. So, first thing I wanted to do is take a piece of paper. I know iPad is great, I know laptop is great, I know phone is even better, but please take a paper and a pen. Pen is a thing which you write on paper with, in case you're too tech savvy and forgotten all about how the world used to work. Pen is a thing that has ink and all of that, so you can use that to write on a paper. uh, what I want to do is pick a area. It can be career, it can be health, your weight. Don't pick emotional topics like relationships and all of that very early into this journey. Just put something that comes in the tier 2 of your needs. Okay, it doesn't have to be the tier 1 of your need in terms of emotions. So if you're going to talk about the 25 breakups that you had in your life, it's going to be a trouble topic for you. So take a topic that you are okay with a little bit at some point, and it's not a matter of life and death for you. Okay? Pick up that point. So let's take job. Okay, let's just take weight. Okay, weight. So I'm somebody who struggle with weight because I have bad habits in terms of food and in terms of all of that, exercise and body clock, circadian rhythm, all those things. Anyway, so what I want you to do is basically this same thing I am going to do as well. Sorry, I'm going to drop my phone. My God. So first thing, you have to write the beliefs that you have about your weight or your body or your health in general. Just be specific about the weight part. If you're overweight or underweight, you write what are the reasons why you think you are underweight or overweight. No, most people are overweight in this country, so let's just focus on that. So maybe because I eat junk, maybe I can't stop ordering from Zomato, maybe I only like outside food which is high calorie and high salt and high oil count. Maybe I don't like to cook at all. Maybe I can't eat on the same time. Maybe I can't eat slow at all. I just eat like I've never had food, and so it becomes a big problem for digestion to eat all those fast eaten stuff. Uh, Probably what are the other thoughts that I have because I have excess weight, because of which I think I have excess weight. Of course, I don't exercise at all. I stay up till 2:30 a.m. every day watching rubbish videos. I can never get a sound sleep. So obviously my body is struggling and it can't use its energy to become a healthy version of herself. Then I don't exercise at all. I get really distracted whenever I'm on a treadmill or I'm walking even, um, all these things. So I get distracted and I just finish my workouts earlier than they should. I can never get my body to just go to the gym and work out. uh, I hate yoga. Okay, so written down all these things. Then now it's time to just exactly write the opposite. Okay, so maybe okay, now just don't do that. Okay, it might, if you directly go to do the opposite thing, it might feel a real unreal, really unreal to you, and it might just create a lot of resistance. So what you do instead is step number 1.5 instead of step 2. Step 1.5 should be what you should do. Okay, so let's just stick to the same example, weight example. So uh, I like to eat junk food. So I should be eating healthy food. I should be eating, I should be choosing to eat macro rich food or nutrient rich food. Or I hate gym. I should be trying to go to gym as regularly as possible. Or I should be trying to find alternative ways to exercise. I should be sleeping really sound sleep, and I should help myself sleep early and more deeply by shutting my phone off and not keeping it near me so that I can get really good sleep and my body can recover. I should be cooking my own food so that I can not add so much salt, sugar, and oil to it. I should be eating at the same time. Perhaps I should try to go back to my intermittent fasting cycle because it had helped me in the past. So we've written everything in should, right? Should format. What I do currently versus what I should be doing. And now, step number 2, guys, would be I'm a version of myself that cooks her food and pays attention to the nutrition. I'm a version of myself now who loves to exercise. I'm a version of myself now who makes good choices for her body and health. I'm a version of myself who doesn't like to have phone in her hand or near her when she's sleeping, when she's trying to sleep. I'm a version of myself who loves to sleep and recovers so quickly during that sleep. I'm a version of myself who looks forward to going to gym. Okay, so again you're doing it, that you are trying to create a nature for yourself by becoming the version of yourself. If you're gonna directly say, if you've been telling yourself for 20 years that, oh my god, I'm ugly, and suddenly you're trying to tell your brain, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, I'm beautiful, it's gonna reject it, it's gonna register. I'm not saying that it is impossible. I'm just saying that why not to break down the process into smaller parts and make it more achievable for us. You have to make smaller progressions rather than taking larger jumps, because quantum leap and all is great. It's possible, I'm not saying at all that it's not possible, but it's not possible for everybody. So I'm just trying to, because of my experience, the years that I've invested in learning this law and perfecting it, I would say why not break it down to smaller steps and achieve it for yourself. So step number 1 was writing what you do, your present reality. Step number 2 is what should be your ideal reality. Step number 3 is building a version of yourself that is living in your ideal reality. I'm not going to say that I'm somebody who uh, cooks her every meal, because I will tell myself I'm not. I just ordered from Zomato a big plate of pasta. So it's immediately going to be like a funny thing which is not going to happen. So I'm going to say I'm now a version of myself who prefers to eat healthy food. Okay? So it's easier for my brain to believe in this thing, that I'm a version of myself. I'm not saying I've become the I'm not rejecting my current version at this stage, but at least I'm entertaining the idea of a new version that can have healthier life choices. So once you reach that point, then you practice those. I am a version. I'm normalizing these things. I'm slowly becoming a version of myself that loves exercising. I'm becoming the version of myself who is not anxious going to the gym. I am the version of myself who enjoys yoga. I'm the version of myself who doesn't like to order from Zomato and Swiggy because she doesn't know where it's cooked and she cares a lot about what she puts in her body. I am a version of myself who loves to eat the supplements and never misses having a supplement. Okay? All these beautiful thoughts you have to entertain in your mind about yourself slowly and steadily so that the results are sustainable. Okay? So why don't you try this about any area that you like? And I want you to do this in the comment section because accountability is the most important thing. Most of the times you will not get an accountability partner in your manifestation journey or your work with law of assumption. So why not write in the comment section? Let me check what you've written and let me give you a little coaching advice in the comment section about what you're thinking, and perhaps if I could help you with something. Just write down, take up one area. Okay, you can take multiple areas also, but make different comments then. If you're making everything, this exercise for all areas of your life, just make one comment for career, one comment for health, one comment for money, etc. So that I can read it properly and can understand things. So just do that and I will correct in case you've written something wrong according to my understanding, obviously. So do it and let me see what you're doing. Okay, I'm really excited to help you out, guys. Take care.